So now an official, again, welcome and thank you for joining with us today to the first Spark of the year 2024. I also would like to thank Johanne, representing our French member and working at the Fédération nationale des banques populaires. Johanne is one of our dear ambassadors and also an important person with as she is working within the strategy of the Banque Populaire's orientation. And as you may all have faced the same challenges, is the position of the cooperative business model within your country, the awareness that clients and maybe also already your stakeholders have regarding the image of the Banque Populaire and its values and the role it plays in your country. A lot of you may already have done some studies, as the one we'll go through of Banque Populaire in France, and to measure how well known the cooperative model is and how it is respected and embedded within the financial market. So, Johanne, thank you very much for starting these important topics and also giving the tone of what CIBP is all about, and also the exchanges on best practices on key topics such as the one you will present today. So again, thank you. And the floor is yours. I will start sharing the presentation.
Thank you, Valeria and Brigitte, to give me the opportunity to talk to you about internal perception of cooperative business model. Thank you, everybody, to be here, and don't hesitate to ask me questions, whatever question I can answer, of course. I will begin, first of all, by elements of context. Promise I will be quick, but just to better understand where I'm talking about and where I work. So cooperative, we are a cooperative network since since our creation in 1878. So since the beginning, and now we have 12 regional Banques Populaires and 2 national affinity banks, CASDEN and Crédit Coopératif. So we are really regional bank, with close relationship with our territories. You can see the map right there. But I have to admit that like Obélix, I don't know if you know Obélix, who fell into the magical cooperative potion, over the time we had forgotten to get a lawyer, to get a spoon. And so perhaps we forget the importance and the valuable things to be a cooperative bank and to talk about that to our customers and to others. So just a key data for the BP network. In France, we are the second bank of France. We have 40 Banques Populaires on the next slide. Thank you. And over 10 million of customers, 1 on 2 are members. We have also 250 members of board that we train. And about all the Banques Populaires represent 30,000 of employees. We are well known in France as the first cooperative bank for companies and little companies. Over 14 years, we have this rank first for this market level. And you see other data also to know better about the Banque Populaire. So Fédération nationale des banques populaires, I work there, and there is 2 missions, political missions and operational mission. We have political missions. We represent the Banque Populaire inside our group and outside, of course. We are the reflection, the expression, and the representation body of the Banque Populaire. We are the place where the common position take place, and we are also the guarantee that the Banque Populaire identity and value are expressed. But we have also operational mission, such as mediation, customer services, communication events, board training for the member for executive and non-executive, corporate social and responsibility for all the 14 banks, and cooperative and partner dynamics. So just a picture about our group. We have two brands. We have Caisse d'Épargne on red and Banque Populaire on blue. And these two brands, who can be in competition on a local level, links together to pool services and answer to the regulators at BPCE. So Banque Populaire represents the parent companies with the Caisse d'Épargne of the BPCE group. And we're proud to be in Paris, the hosting place for the Olympic Games. And Banque Populaire is the first premium for the Olympic Games who will come soon. So I hope you will be there, perhaps. You will be welcome, of course. So how this survey happens? In Fédération Nationale des Banques Populaires, we have 4 committees when we link together the number 1 of each 14 banks and the president of each 14 banks. So it's a place where we talk, it's a place where we debate and where we do common things about this value. We have a governance committee, strategic committee, a sustainable committee, and cooperative committee. And in this committee, we present a survey, an external survey about how French people represent our group. And we have to admit that even if we are the second bank of France, only 9% of the French people know that we are a cooperative bank, spontaneously. When they say Banque Populaire, what is Banque Populaire for you? They answer, oh yes, it's a bank about company, it's a bank for enterprise, okay, it's a bank of company, but they do not answer, it's a cooperative bank. So this number, we made this survey each year, and this number go down each year. And when we say, okay, now it's 9, it's 7%, wow, it makes really like a shock, you see, and there is reaction from the leaders of the Banque Populaire, and they say, well, we definitely have to work on it. And they ask FNBP if they can make also a survey, but for our employees, just to know their own perception of our cooperative values, because perhaps we were thinking that if we don't speak enough about the cooperative values, perhaps we have to ask for the employee so that they can help us to write a roadmap and to do better things about cooperative action. So the principle of action of this survey was to ask for internal needs of our employees, to go further together, to have feedback and answer to this model, to adjust the roadmap we were beginning to write, and to rely on our employee to be ambassadors of this model. And to be ambassadors, you have to be gathered and linked to the project. So I don't know how it works. Just before, please, Valeria, I don't know how it works in your country, but you know, in our cooperative banks, when you ask about, well, we will do a project all together, most of the time, if you have to be convinced and you have to be convincing. And if we have, well, I don't know, 8 banks on 14 who said, okay, that's really great. You're really lucky. And for this project, all the Banque Populaire, the leaders of the Banque Populaire said, okay, we'll go together and we'll do it on the same timing, which means on January and February last year. So at first, really, if we have this success, I think it's because we have a co-creation with the bank of the questions of the survey. And it's because also we have a joint choice, a common choice of an external survey, so that we can reassure the team that they can answer whatever they want. It's completely objective. It's done by something else than us. And at first, really, I have to admit, I was happy and I was proud, but I have to admit that very, very soon we feel afraid at first. Because at first I was thinking, well, what if nobody answered to this survey? What if we don't know? Employee answered to this questionnaire, but says to us, well, cooperative value are not really important for us. And what if the needs of the employee wasn't the same that the needs of the leader? If you ask your employee, you definitely have to listen to them. So you have to link all together about same goals. And fortunately, what a relief. This survey really helps to go and to write the roadmap all together. So let me talk to you about the data on the next slide. You can see that about 9,000 of employees answered to this survey. So it was a third of our employees. You have to know that this survey, you need about 20 minutes to answer this. So you take 20 minutes of your time, professional or personal time, as you want, to answer to these questions. And 96% of our employees consider the place of the cooperative model very important. 60% were aware that we are a cooperative model before hiring, and this was an important thing for them to be in Banque Populaire because we were a cooperative bank. This statute was important for them. For about 90% OC, they have knowledge of the specificity to be cooperative. And most of all, 90% feel attached and 90% feel proud to be part of a cooperative bank. So this was really enthusiastic, and this really helped us to go further with the leader to write the roadmap with the help of the employee. So that first, of course, it's a short data because we have more than 40 slides of data that we don't have time to say. And most of all, we have more than 30,000 of answering of sentences, because some of the questions were closed and some of the questions were open. And you were not obliged to answer to open questions, such as what is your idea for customer to be more cooperative? And all the employee answered and proposed idea to us. And so we have lots of ideas to deal with to write the roadmap. But they also share with us all the things we have to work on priority to be better. So on the next level, on the next slide, exactly, we can see that they say also to us that only 1 on 2 of the commercial teams talk about the cooperative value on new customer. And if they don't speak more about cooperative value, it was most of the time because they don't have enough information about our model and they don't have enough training to be sure to talk well about our model. So they ask us more information about the model. 44% ask for that. And 55% ask for training for this model to be better to talk about that. And most of all, and they were so right, 65% of our employees think that our communication, our cooperative communication, wasn't sufficient enough, and that we really had to be proud of this and to communicate more on this. And actually, we don't really communicate on these cooperative values. What can say more? I don't have these data on this slide, but most of them, the commercial team says to us that we don't have also a commercial offer for our members, directly for our members. We have commercial offer for every level of activity, almost, but not for the cooperative ones. And so they say, well, if they're VIP, help us to show that they are really VIP, and how we can animate them, and how we can create a community about them, how we can really link together with them. So what did we do about that? We wrote, and it was the first time, a roadmap on cooperative dynamic, all the 14 banks. It was the first time. It's a short, it's the roadmap in short. And we have 4 pillars. At first, cooperative insight. So strengthened knowledge and attachment of employee of our cooperative model. The idea was that the goal of, in fact, the evidence was that nowadays, 1 on 2 of our employees are customers and members of our bank. And the idea is that they feel pride enough to be more than 80% to be customer of our banks. Second pillar, cooperative outside. How can we mobilize our members and strengthen our animation? Outside the General Assembly, of course. And we are the goal to associate members to the life of the bank and to take from 20% to 30%. 3 pillar is to develop model of membership. Most of the time on the past, cooperative was work. It was really work on bank, but it was there were the development model on the side, and next door the animation about our members. And the idea is to put our members in the heart of development model, so that we will be completely linked. And so putting the member back at the head of our commercial development. And the goal that we are is to have 5 million of members to 7.2 million of members. And finally, when we do all that, work on inside, work outside with the members, work with help to find new members to be part of our model, then we will be able really to communicate and to be proud of our model, and really to affirm the cooperative communication about Banque Populaire as a cooperative bank. So this roadmap was really shared with all 14 banks. All 14 banks, the national data, we gave that to leaders from the bank. And of course, each bank have its own local data, so that they can have their own action plan on a territory plan. And we have this roadmap, national roadmap. And we share, of course, this dynamic with our correspondent, cooperative correspondent, and we share this dynamic with BPCE, with very operational project. And you will see that more than a roadmap, 1 year after, that's really operational project that we have. And so let me show you some of them. So first of all, the principle of redoing this survey was acted by the leaders every 2 years. So we can act between these 2 years on a regional level, on a national level, and at the FNBP and at BPCE. And then we can measure if we've done progress on that. And so we can be part on a logic of progress every 2 years. And a lot of projects have emerged thanks to this collective dynamic. And I'd like to thank my team, and especially Céline Castin, who is now working on the BPC, and she really do a great job. And so because all the needs and the question was shared by the employee, we managed to offer national training for all the employee who wants to do it. They can now have a training. We can also offer shares to employee during profit sharing placement, and that was a thing we do not do before. We rethink our format of General Assembly. That's a work in progress. We also update and make new presentation brochure, as you can see here, for the customer, to explain our model and to help the commercial team to explain our model. And we also have now a new dashboard, key dashboard for the leaders and for the people who work on cooperative dynamic, to have the key data every month to see if they are on progress, and to be a part in this progress. So I have to say that most of the data, what we can see is that there was really an enthusiastic brand, an enthusiastic feeling about this project. And we associated all the team of the employee of Banque Populaire, which is the best way and the best evidence for promotive cooperative value, of course. So it's really a program and a process that I recommend you to realign everybody around the same goal, and to be, okay, we have a problem, we have to work on it. Please help us to be part of this project. And that was really, really a great opportunity for us. And I'd like also to thank Banque Populaire, who trust us in this project. So I want to be short. Thank you for your attention, and I'm at your disposal if you have any questions. Thank you. Do not hesitate to ask me whatever questions you have. Thank you, everybody.
Johanne,
I have a video too, but we keep it.
Johanne, it's thank you very much for your presentation. It has resonated also with us as an organization gathering popular banks and cooperative banks around the world, right, on the challenges. So thank you very much. And as said in the beginning, I think it set up the note of what organization like yours working and strategically thinking about the cooperative purpose within your organizations, within France, is of importance. So thank you very much for reminding us what cooperation is all about. Indeed, to reinforce also Johanne's suggestion, please don't hesitate to ask some questions or put them on the chat, or share what is happening within your organizations, how the cooperative business model is being, how the awareness of the cooperative business model is being treated within your organizations, for instance. How do you proceed internally? I will share with you an anecdote then. Brigitte, good. Go ahead.
Go ahead with your anecdote.
Okay.
I
A
just have a
short,
question.
a short anecdote. As you may know, CIBP also organizes a CIBP Link training program. And Joanne, imagine we were in Argentina with Banco Credicop. And Banco Credicop in Argentina is the only cooperative bank in Argentina. And it's very strong in Latin America. One of the reasons after existing for more than 40 years is also that how it's embedded in the culture, in the mindset, and being present in the day-to-day life of the members, of the stakeholders. This is one important, interesting point. And the other point that I wanted to share is that among the CIBP Link participants, some of them raised the point on how to act the business model of the bank, or reminder, within the 7 principles of the cooperative values. And most of the participants needed a refresher about what the cooperative business model is. And some of them have been working within the organization for more than 10 years or even more, and others just came within the organizations, let's say 1 or 2 years ago. So indeed, when you say, Joanne, that training is of importance within the employees, and we need indeed more and more information about what the cooperative business is about, and also how to promote it internally within the stakeholders, it's a current reality still today, especially with the turnover within the banking system. So this is key, what you just shared with us.
Exactly. Thank you, Valeria. I see there is a question, so I will answer for everybody. May we know more about the differences in results between the different BP through France? Yes, I know that. And we share with each bank their data, the key data, links to the national data, so that they can make themselves the point to see if they are good on some level and to see if they have to work on other level. And sometimes they ask us who is the best on this level and who is the best on this level, so that we links together the bank so that they could talk about and share the good practices in some point. For example, we see real differences of the answers. Some of them answer 50% of the employee answer. Some of them no. And of course, when they answer less, the data are not as good as I present you. Some of them are good for the animation. Some of them are better for the communication. Some of them are better for the training. And so each entity has its own personality about that. And so we have this diagnostic, regional diagnostic for them and national for everybody. And really based on we don't give a national score. We don't do this. It's more, on each we give his data. And so if he wants to go further, we are here to help. And I think it was the better things that everybody wants to do it again, whatever the key data are. And there is also another question from Pierre Liret, who is interested also to know if other banks of CIBP in other countries leaded some similar work. That's a question that I share. I'm interested in the answer.
We too. In Brazil, Germany, Belgium, Argentina, Chile.
If you don't know, if that you do not do that normally. Claudio?
Hello, good morning, Johanne. Thank you for this presentation. Some years from now, we started to measure mainly how are we perceived by our members, not employees, but members, as a cooperative bank. And in this annual measurement, we found that probably I cannot say we are far from our expectations, but after 40 years of having the main focus of our organization SMEs and social impact in every place where we have our branches, we consider that probably we need to improve these results of perceptions of Banco Credicop as a cooperative bank. I must say that we have around 3.5 thousand members that are part of our government. We are, I must say, pure cooperative. I mean, we don't have any participation in the stock market. That's probably also, I mean, in Argentina, there's no other cooperative bank until as far as we know for today. So, having said this, we have a very interesting participation of members in the strategic decisions of the organization, but, or however, I must say, we are really interested in improve the perception of the cooperative bank in the vast majority of the SMEs we are work with. And for this year, we have plans to develop or to reinforce our local committees of members, what we call Comisión de Asociados, as places where we need to develop a specific skills of communications and tools for these members to spread, to disseminate the participation in the cooperative model for new members. We will see how it works, but also we start to discuss in some part of the structure, mainly in the top direction, the top executive committee, the cooperative identity, how we really want to have a comprehensive plan for develop this cooperative identity more stronger than it is today. So we are probably working in similar initiatives. Probably, Johanne, I'm not in charge of this project in the organization, but for sure, if you agree, I can or take your contact, and in case we move forward, share your coordinates just to improve the potential projects.
Do not hesitate. You can link me if you want. I'm really easy to join by LinkedIn, so don't hesitate if you want if you need any further questions, or if needed, really, do not hesitate. Thank you for your lecture and for your intervention.
Thank you. Same for you. Whatever you need for our local experience, do not hesitate to contact me, and I can open you as the CIBP ambassador here, any contacts or relationships at the local level.
If there are another question? Valeria, there was a question about the delegates from CIBP and here in the lecturer.
Yes, I will discuss this internally because we do not tend to share the contact details of our members and attendees. So this is a difficult one. So If there is any message, we can transmit it, but we don't share the contact details of our member guests and attendees. Would there be any other question regarding today's topic of the Spark? Johanne, what about sharing the video that you
Great.
wanted to
It's only
share?
40 minutes, but it will give you, I hope, the warm to
Of
face
what is
the
happening,
winter
yes.
for the North America ones.
Yes. So I will be sharing the video. So please bear with me and confirm that you see the link.
I think whatever we can say that if you really want to engage all the employee on a big project, of course you have to share with them at the beginning and to be part of your project. So sometimes I know it can be a bit scaring, and because you can be afraid to be overmined, but that's really helps finally. And the better idea came from the employee of the Banque Populaire. So do not hesitate. Great. Olympic Games now.
You see the screen? Good.
Yep.
Thank you, Joanne. It reminds me of a question, but I will ask it afterwards. Voilà. And let's see if the sounds also work. My computer's a little bit slow. Do you have the sound?
No sounds.
No sound. And the image is frozen, right?
Yes.
Can you hear me? My system has frozen, so I don't know if you can still hear me or see me.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So apologies for that. The system apparently is very slow. My computer cannot share it. So Joanne, apologies for that too. I will be sharing the link of the short video of the promotion of the Olympic Games, where Banque Populaire is a key sponsor to that event. So apologies that we cannot have a direct warmth, but please watch it when you will be receiving Joanne's presentations of today. The link will be added to that. And I will ask you another question, Joanne, but I will also put it in the email. It's regarding also the differences within the regions in France. If you see if there are differences within the employees and how they see their region, right? Because the cooperative business model is also a regional one, and it may differ region to region also regarding the priorities. And this is also the realities on a national level. So let's discuss about that. I will be curious to hear from that. Voilà. If not any other questions from you, again, don't hesitate to chat with Joanne directly as she shared with Claudio. She is easily found on LinkedIn. And of course, you will find her email address when sharing today's presentation.